Over to you, Anjali.
Okay, so welcome everyone for this event organized by the Founder Institute, New Delhi, titled Convert Your to Pitch Your Idea to Investors. Let me first introduce Founder Institute to all of you. It's the world's largest pre-seed accelerator based in Palo Alto. It operates in over 200 countries around the world and has helped create 6,000 plus startups till date and funded over 1.5 billion USD. The vision of the accelerator is to help create businesses that are solving for some of the largest problems the planet is facing today, most of which are outlined in the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It's only the founders today that are solving some of these problems. The corporates can't do it. And the only way they contribute is by funding these startups or acquiring them and helping them scale in order that the problems be solved. The FI chapter here in Delhi took off last year with the vision to convert startup ideas into fundable businesses. It is led by me and Mr. V.K. Gupta, my co-director from the program. Entrepreneurship is a lonely journey, and typically founders are young minds that are buzzing with innovation and innovative ideas. We help hone these ideas into sustainable and scalable businesses that can go and get funded and make an impact in the world around us. Our endeavor is to have more and more founders flourish by guiding them through a process of learning with access to a whole lot of an array of accomplished mentors, and also through a set of best practices and tools that can be applied to creating a business. We are also extremely happy to share that some of our founders from the first cohort have gotten funded, which is testimony to the fact that they were indeed able to build something valuable from out of their time spent with us. But no more about Founder Institute. Let me go dive into the program now. The event today is a pitch session for selected founders to share their business model with a very, very special list of investors and panelists. Each one is a pillar in their own right. So I'm going to introduce them first. So let me start with Mr. Sunil Goyal, who is Managing Director and Fund Manager of Your Nest VC. He founded Your Nest VC in 2011, way ahead of the curve as an early stage venture fund that, in his terms, liberates entrepreneurial potential for creating extraordinary value. He invests in vibrant tech-led business ideas because of his belief in conscious capitalism. He relishes driving businesses that involve a high sense of purpose. Welcome, Sunil. Would you like to say a couple of lines about yourself?
No, this is good enough. Look forward to the interaction today, and we love to partner with deep tech IP-led product innovations from India that can be nurtured into global market leaders. And if you want to reach out directly to us for any pitch or so, you can write to us at yournest@yournest.in. Entire partnership reaches out through yournest@yournest.in. Thank you.
Thanks, Sunil. Next, we have Vivek Kapoor, co-founder of Dineout and now InResto. Dineout is India's largest dining out and restaurant tech solutions platform in B2C and B2B platforms, with InResto processing more than 40 million diners and $800 million worth of transactions for its partner restaurants across its network of 50,000 restaurants in 20 cities. Sounds like humongous numbers. He's also an angel investor with a large portfolio of businesses. Welcome, Vivek. A couple of lines about you.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I mean, the line, whatever you mentioned is absolutely right. I want to tell the participants that, remember, even if you don't get selected, shortlisted, don't get disheartened, Dineout, we never got funded when we started scouting for funds. We were the ones who were rejected at each and every doorstep. We got acquired by Times in 2014. But remember, we are we had a number of failed attempts in terms of raising money. So don't get disheartened.
That is so inspirational of you, Vivek. And I'm sure every founder will be happy to hear this and will not go disheartened at all from the program.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And finally, there's Anupam Saranwala, advisor, mentor, and angel investor who helps grow companies, especially when it comes to deep tech. He's an active member of the Indian Angel Network, charter member of TIE, and a mentor at the NASSCOM Deep Tech Club, with primary focus on advising startups and doing angel investments. Also, a director on the board of IIITD, Innovation and Incubation Center at New Delhi, and visiting faculty at IIIT Delhi, teaching a course on entrepreneurship. Welcome, Anupam. Something about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Anjali. So looking forward to the session, and I think Vivek summarized it right. There are no winners or losers. I think entrepreneurship is just a journey, and there will be bumps, but you need to keep on going. I think perseverance and resilience are the key words. So best of luck to all of you.
So thanks for all three of you for making time to join. Now we turn to the founders who will be pitching today. Firstly, my deep sense of gratitude for an absolutely overwhelming response to this call for pitching for this event today. We had a whopping count of entries, 8x the numbers that we had thought we would be able to accommodate. So, but we're going to try and do true justice to as many as we can. But the only thing is that we will get. Yes.
I would like to sort of interrupt one thing. I have a screen for scoring is here. So right. So
Yeah.
even if my face is here, don't think that I'm not listening, is what I want to tell everyone. Okay. I'm just trying to sort of get my screen sorted. Okay.
That's fine. And I'll also tell you why he's scoring, because the two things we announced. One is that we said we will be selecting 5 pitches, but we'll try and do more than that today because the panelists have kindly consented to maybe go up to 7. The second thing is that they will also be scoring you, and basis the scoring sheet, we will select one pitch, which is the best pitch of the day, who will get a free seat in the upcoming Founder Institute cohort, which starts in January 2023. So with that, I wish you the best. Of course, let me put some house rules. Here's how it will play out. If your name is called out, you will have 5 minutes to make your elevator pitch. Okay, elevator pitch is not 5, it's more than that. So, but that's what we're trying to give you. We'll give you 1 extra minute grace beyond that if you still want to finish. But you will certainly not have time to share your entire pitch deck. We will give you the screen share rights, but refer to a couple of slides which you think are the most core of your business model, which really focus on what you're doing and why you're doing. So you will be asked to then stop at that 5-minute mark, and at the end of which the panelists will give you their valuable feedback, and hope that really works for you. So good luck and all the very best to all of you, and let's begin. So can I first call, okay, you already upgraded Pranjal. So
Yeah.
The first founder for the day is Pranjal Sharma from Next Door Kitchens. Welcome, Pranjal.
Hi, what a pleasure. So my name is Pranjal, and I'm a very typical small town guy coming from this place called Tundla, somewhere around 23 kilometers from Agra. And I come here with an experience of around 10 years working with organizations like Vodafone and Oyo. And I've lived in at least 9 cities in the last 10 years while working. And there was one problem that I always struggled with, and that was good, hygienic, homely food, daily food. And interestingly, there is another 5 crore Indians today between the age group of 18 and 30 who are living in urban centers away from their homes, who are struggling with the same problem. Now, the typical salaries these guys have in the middle of this India are typically 15,000-20,000 rupees to, let's say, 70,000, 75,000 rupees. So they have a few options in front of them for their daily food. One of them being ordering from, let's say, an aggregator channel, which comes out to be pretty expensive when done on a daily basis, considering the kind of remuneration these guys are getting. Second is to go out as a compulsion to the next dhaba you have nearby or place, which are there in every nook and corner of the country, but they are borderline unhygienic and doesn't make sense when, impacts health and all. Another option can be setting up your own kitchen, but it comes along with the hassle of setting it up and then managing groceries, especially for this guy, because he can't just order it online. He will need to go there and buy groceries which are rightly priced. And the fourth option is one of the good options which a lot of people follow, and that is daily tiffin systems, meal services, etc. Now, what are we doing about it? Firstly, why is there a need of solving for this? Within daily tiffins, what's happening is that if somebody needs something that solved out, he will typically go to Google. He'll have 25 options in front of them on Google, on Just Dial, on Sulekha. He'll start calling these 25 guys up 15 of these guys won't pick up. 5 of these guys will say, I will not deliver in your area. Finally, he will have figured out 1 or 2 people who will effectively serve him. But in that scenario as well, he will have to pay upfront for the entire month. And he still will have to manage that on phone. Okay, okay, I'm not available today. Okay, I want to cancel. I'm not there in the town for the next 1 month or whatever. So we came out with our product, which is called Sorted. In the early part, when we launched this product on August 21st, and once we launched till date in about 3 months, we have a login base of around 4,000. We have sold more than 500 subscriptions. What we are doing right now is we have tied up and aggregated all kinds of meal services and kitchens specifically on the platform. With these services, people are able to check them out, what kind of reviews they have, what kind of services they provide, punctuality mein kaise hain ye log, taste quality mein kaise hain, and then basis that they are able to understand what kind of plans they offer. So every kitchen sort of has multiple meal plans for lunch, multiple meal plans for dinner, which are kind of weekly basis plans. And a customer can very seamlessly browse through these plans, subscribe to them on a weekly or a monthly basis. And once they subscribe to it, it is completely seamless and flexible. So you can pause the subscription, unpause it, cancel it, and opt it from another player, and so on and so forth. I mean, let me give you a broader perspective and tell you there is a huge demand out there which is unmet. Both these aspects of business, not only these customers, but also these small or unorganized players, they are untouched, and we become that common channel to help them on both sides of the spectrum. In terms of demand, there are 80 lakh searches on Google that hover around these keywords in just the top 10 cities in the country, and there are more than 30,000 unorganized businesses catering to this demand in just the top 10 cities.
Interesting. 4 minutes are up. You have last 60 seconds to go.
Absolutely. I think just to cap it up, I think this is a space that is very exciting. The middle India is actually coming up and growing. 35 crore Indians are below 15 years of age, and they're going to grow up, enter cities, and are going to need daily food because that is the need of the hour. So I think we are very rightly placed right in the beginning to solve for this. I think there are a lot of stuff that has already happened in terms of aggregation of, let's say, dining restaurants or delivery restaurants. I think what needs to go ahead and be solved is your daily food, and that's what we are trying to do at Sorted.
You talk about your traction, please. Traction.
So I think we are actually working at an ROAS of 9 to 10, and that's huge because that customer is getting retained and further adding up. We have a conversion rate of more than 10%. Our retention numbers are strong. We have sold more than 500 subscriptions. Our referrals are strong. We have got more than.
By traction, she means what is the GMV? How many users do you have?
So we have. Right. In the last 3 months, we have now been able to do around 4.5 lakhs of business. We started in August 21st. So September, we did around 90,000, and then we did 130, and then we're doing more than 2.5 in November.
So per month, you're about 2.5 lakhs of business.
So we are growing. Like it started at 90 in September, and then it's going. Right now, I'm sitting in. We actually started this out in a smaller market. Interestingly, we have been working in Calcutta for a long time. I landed in Gurgaon this morning, and we are piloting the same thing here in phase 3, phase 4, U Block, those kind of areas, because it makes sense because it's much more dense, much more of a test bed than Calcutta. And
what is the average transaction size?
600, 700 rupees. If that person is
per meal
for a
per meal 600 rupees, you're saying?
So per meal plan. So for example, if somebody buys a plan that is 100 rupees per day, and he goes for a 7-day plan, that's around 700 rupees.
I've still not got it. Per meal, how much do you charge per meal? How much does it cost?
Per meal, it is around 100 rupees. We have meal plans that range from 60 rupees till 180 rupees. That is the kind of range we are operating in.
Okay.
And today we have like a lot of interesting products are coming up on the platform. There are like absolutely healthy salad people are coming up. So very interesting times for us. We actually have evolved the product over a period of time. We were operating cloud kitchens at earlier.
Can you talk a little bit about your unit economics? Because there is a delivery charge, there is a food cost, there is obviously it is a very low price business. Just a little bit, especially you have some data around it.
Yeah, frankly speaking, sir, we were earlier operating cloud kitchens ourselves, right? So we were doing that business before starting to aggregate it. When we started out doing it, we were still sitting with and the gross margins were very high. Firstly, so we were sitting with around 50-55% kind of a gross margin right in the beginning. And the overall, the net EBITDA from these kitchens came out to be -10, -15% early on. But now, since we are moving into the aggregation business, this is kind of uncharted waters in terms of unit economics. We are trying to structure the monetization in two parts. One is a membership kind of a fee for these players to come on board, and the other is commissions. So it is early to say on how this economics is going to play out. The delivery is being handled by these players themselves. We are not part of that as of now, because these guys are already operating deliveries of their daily tiffins in their own areas. We are just making sure that basis their understanding of that area, basis their relevance of more areas coming into their portfolio, we define a periphery for them on the platform, and then they start getting orders. So in the earlier model, which we are operating in, we were clear, we were decently operating, but I think that was somewhere not scalable. The people were not getting a lot of options. There was slight amount of churn happening. So we deep dived into it. We actually reformulated, talked to these unorganized players as well. And then we formulated that, this is the right approach. And we are now moving forward with it.
Any feedback for him? Any areas he should focus on before we move to the next?
So, I mean, one common feedback is food space. Being in the food space, I've seen, sort of a spectrum of things going from cloud kitchens to right from building technology, which is like the kitchen technology, point of sale, everything, and to the B2C side of the things. Today, looking at the market, looking at how Amazon has also shut down its food delivery thing, playing a B2C, D2C game is extremely tough. Extremely tough. You've got a very, very high load of competition. Just imagine, why would a Swiggy or a Zomato not do this? There would be a reason, right? It's very easy for them to start this. Tell me a good reason why they've not done it.
So I have a theory around this. Swiggy started with the brand.
I'm not yet finished. I'm not yet finished.
Yeah.
The reason they've not done is the reason that they've not done this till now is because the unit economics are not favorable. The transaction size is just 60 rupees or 100 rupees. The cost of delivery, the cost of making the food, the cost of getting up the infrastructure is little high. I'm not discouraging you or anything, but I'm just saying that you should find out the reasons why Swiggy, Zomato, etc., who got tons and tons of money in their banks, who've not done it till now, right? So think about it. But yeah, good. I mean, you're seeing a good traction. Traction is also could be, sort of early blurb in the growth path, because the market it's very easy to grow when your unit size is so small, from 90,000 to 2.5 lakhs. But once you reach that scale, you maybe hit a stagnation till the time you don't get a lot of money. And D2C requires a lot of money. A lot of investors today, a lot of funders today are very scared of putting money on the D2C side of the things. Just saying, but does not mean that my word is gospel truth. This is my sentiment on it.
Food for thought. Pranjal, consume that, and all the best to you. Thank you so much for this. We will move on to the next pitch.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be Devarya Datta, who's going to talk about his startup Upraised. Devarya, to you.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening, and I hope that all of you have been played the role of a recruiter or recruited a team or a human resource for your team. And one of the major problems you faced was analyzing the right quality of the candidate, about how you can evaluate the candidate on the right terms to reach that particular level where you're satisfied that yes, this is the one, this is the person I want on my team. And that is usually a very tedious process about the part that goes with the technical round of assessments, where you have to parse out the assignments to those candidates. They send back those assignments, you have to check it up. And this manual process takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. For which what we usually do is we do the screen reject based on the resumes and everything. And however, during these times, we have seen that there are certain talented candidates who lack a proper heavyweight resume. They're often being screen rejected because of that. And they're not getting the right platform to showcase their skills or something. And that is also same for the recruitment side as well, because we also feel that they do not have that much of time to look into each and every candidate that deeply to provide them that fair chance thoroughly. So that is where Appraised comes in. Appraised is an AI-enabled cognitive assessment tool that helps in terms of recruitment. How do we do that? For example, let's say a particular startup who has raised a seed round or a Series A, a pre-Series A round, wants to scale up their startup, and they need to hire a lot of manpower in a very short span of time. But they do not have a very big in-house HR team who would help them with them. So what we do is we bring in our particular tool, wherein the AI automatically analyzes the candidate based on the quality of the assignment submission. For example, let's say X candidate applies to a particular job of a graphic designer, right? And you need to evaluate that particular skill. So the assignment is automatically passed out to the candidate. The assignment is submitted and done in a proctored environment. After the submission, the AI is automatically evaluating that particular assignment based on what kind of metrics, the output, and everything that has been done by the candidate, and matching it to the suitability or the percentage of the job match of the particular profile. And herein comes that automation comes in help, because it reduces the time of the recruiter or the founder who is actually hiring this particular resource by 65%, because that takes up a huge chunk of your time during the recruitment procedure. And this is usually, like, initially we launched off as a platform, like a platform through which you will do this cognitive assessments and cognitive assignments and move on to the recruitment procedure. But right now, what we are trying to do is we are trying to develop into a SaaS-based kind of a tool. So a software as a service, it works in kind of a way that every big companies or enterprises, or even say small seed or Series A funded startups, they have their own career sites and they have their pool of resources as well. And they need to evaluate that pool. So simply through an integration of an API through the HRMS or the career site that they're using, they can use this particular solution of ours as a tool that will help them to evaluate their resources at that same point of time. And it also becomes a very easy way for them to customize the assignments that they want to send out to these candidates, because we are keeping an option which is a kind of a drag and drop option through which they can upload their assignments, and it will be automatically evaluated by the AI based on the candidate submission. And this no-code format in a form of a SaaS tool is I guess the next big thing that should be coming into this market right now to create a disruption in this industry, because this is what each and every one of us is looking out for. And our target market is specifically the seed, the pre-seed or the pre-Series A funded startups, because they do not have that huge bandwidth of resources through which like for human resources I'm talking about, like HRs or recruiters, through which they will use them to recruit the resources manually.
If you have only 30 seconds more.
Yeah, all right. So this will come into play and help them fasten up this particular process. We have been working for more than a year. We have worked with 300 plus clients till now, starting from Byju's, Calvin Klein, Hindustan Unilever, and a lot of other people in this industry. We have also worked with a couple of clients from the US economy. And right now, we are doing a pivot of our entire technology right now, which we will be relaunching in the next month, in the month of December, and doing a next round of pivot in the Bangalore or the Karnataka section, which is a huge market space for us right now. So that's about it. That's about Appraised. I'm open to each and every questions that you have. Also, we are seed or accelerated funded by BITS Pilani. We have received a Niti grant from the IIM Udaipur Incubation Center, and we are a part of the Stanford Seed Spark program.
Over to the panelists for questions or feedback.
Devarya, in case a Series A startup for scaling up, they need salespeople, let's say. How do you go about assessing the sales skills?
Yeah, so what we usually do is we have only done this technology for the developer profiles and for the design profiles. Right now, we are working on the sales profile in a kind of way that we would be using the sentiment analysis in the machine learning module to actually evaluate the kind of submissions or the kind of evaluations that we are running on this particular people, which will be a kind of a psychometric analysis that we would be doing
So
in
right
order
now
to
you're
gain
limited to tech roles only.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So
are just now limited.
so you'll be competing in a very highly competitive market. Everybody finds it so easy to only go into the tech world where things are defined. I don't know what AI will be doing in such a defined area.
So to answer your question on the particular front, like this technical part, like for example, companies like HackerEarth, they are doing this technical evaluations for a lot of people in the for the developer roles and the others. We are trying to actually broaden our spectrum in terms of sales, that is like business development or communications or marketing based profiles, where we would be using this natural language processing and sentiment analysis techniques in order to get a deeper insight into the candidate, and at the same point of time focusing on the designer based profiles as well, because these are the particular areas which are very less cluttered in terms of the market space. For example, Metal, which was recently acquired by Mercer, is the only player who is working in this particular space right now. Similarly, Test Gorilla, who is working on psychometric analysis, they do not go for assignment-based parsing system. They run a series of MCQ tests. We are not going for MCQs. We are going for assignment-based gradation of each and every one of these candidates, so we can have a better understanding about the skill set of each and every one of these candidates.
Okay.
Great.
Any
Any
other
other feedback?
So Debra, you mentioned 65% savings on recruitment. Can you just elaborate on that more from the finance viewpoint? 65% is a huge number, right?
Exactly. So for example, let's say that today, if you are going to a recruitment consultant for recruiting a particular resource, they will charge you 8.33% of the annual CTC of the candidate, for which, let's say, if you're recruiting for a resource of about 20 lakhs CTC, your cost comes down to somewhere between 1.8 to 2 lakhs. But with the usage of a particular tool, it is at the same point of time reducing your manual hassle to evaluate the candidates that is usually being done by the recruitment consultant. And at the same point of time, it is reducing your monetary cost as well. Since we are moving on to a subscription-based model, where we would be charging a monthly subscription on the number of evaluations that can be run by that particular company or that particular startup through a phase of, let's say, 6 months or 1 year, it will reduce the cost by that 65%, which we have calculated based on the market standards.
Okay, thanks. So it is in comparison to hiring recruiters. That's
Exactly.
obviously a different model then. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot, Debarya. I think we'll leave it there for you to munch over the rest. Inviting now Surbhi Ganguly from Act Beauty.
Hello, everyone. This is Surbhi. Anjali, just want to correct that. It is actually called as Aish Beauty. Don't worry, everyone gets it like that. Aish is basically a German word which stands for something which is authentic, something which is in its natural form. So a quick overview about Aish Beauty and myself. I'm a second generation entrepreneur. My father is an entrepreneur himself, so that kind of inspired me to start my journey as well. Before starting this, I was working with a bank in US and I wanted to get back to India and start my own venture. So I decided to launch Aish Beauty, organic and a vegan makeup brand in India, along with my best friend from college. We launched Aish Beauty in January 2020, on 29th of January 2020. It was the same year when the corona pandemic hit worldwide. Now coming down to what Aish Beauty is and what we are trying to solve for. Basically, as a makeup user or a cosmetic user, we have always to face certain dilemmas when it comes to the product usage and the overall process itself, which is the process can be time consuming, the process can be complex, but at the end, we as women, we always want to look good and presentable, especially professional and working women who are stepping out of the house and who do not have the luxury of time with themselves. So we wanted to solve for this and also provide them with products which are skin friendly, which they can use worry free, and they can be carefree about the aspect that, okay, this is going to harm my skin, and also at the same time save them time, or basically simplify the process by giving them products which are multifunctional and multi-purpose in nature, and get rid of the unwanted steps, and that usually takes say 10-20 steps to get certain look or get a desired result, which can be replaced by products which are multifunctional in nature and can just make it a 4 to 5 step kind of a process as well. Another important aspect for us was to take care of the sustainability part, basically talking about what goes into the ingredients and formulations of our products and how we are developing these products. So we decided to go with vegan and organic formulations. Basically, our products are made up of vegan ingredients and organic ingredients. These are all plant-based ingredients. These are free from any kind of an animal byproduct or any kind of an toxic chemical, which are notoriously famous in the market, and our research back that these are not good for any kind of a human skin, and can cause some kind of an allergies. So that's how we have decided to develop the product line for us. We launched Aish Beauty with two main product lines. That one was the lipstick and the other one was the eyeliner. And we primarily used online channels, and that's how we launched it. And today as well, we are selling in online and e-commerce through e-commerce platforms only. Along with our own website, that is Aish Beauty, we are listed on 20 other platforms, including Amazon, Flipkart, Vanity Wagon, that is the specialty platforms of clean beauty, and other popular e-commerce platforms. We are in the talks of listing Aish Beauty on Nykaa as well. Being said that, there is a lot of competition in the market where there are other upcoming makeup and cosmetic brands which are popular, but none of the brands are specifically working only in the clean makeup space, where we can claim that we are one of the brands who are using organic and vegan formulations or ingredients for our makeup products. Along with that, we are also trying to evaluate and identify ways through green technology, where we can specifically use biotechnology processes to extract ingredients.
You only have 50 more seconds to go.
Sure. To develop our products. I will quickly come down to the traction so far. So since we launched up on 2020, from there we have made 20 lakhs worth of net revenue so far. And as I told, we are listed on 20 plus platforms. We have received few potential export orders as well. One is worth around like 80,000 euros from Brazil, and another one is around 90,000 USD from Vietnam. So this is one space that we are actually also exploring. And as I said,
so the order is confirmed. You have the order in your hand that you'll be servicing?
Yes, the Brazilian one is confirmed. That is one we are actually done with the compliances and everything. Now the only process is to get the local body registration done, and then post that it will be 100% prepayment order, and then only we will start with the production and manufacturing, which will take 2 to 3 months. I mean, everything else is done at this point. So another potential deal that we are exploring is this another Vietnam-based super dealer distributor that we are in the talks of finalizing this. I don't want to take a lot of time. I think I'm almost up with the time, but the important aspect that I wanted to press forward is that we are trying to identify other ways to make the products more sustainable and introduce aspects of green technology into it. It is still a place where we need to do a lot of research and identify potential.
Is the product more cheaper than the others?
No. So we do have a range. We have, since it's a very niche product, so we arranged it in a premium segment. The lipstick is for 1,500 and the eyeliner is for 1,000. We do have a lower range as well in order to introduce people to the vegan world. Let them try something. So we have that 500, 800 kind of range as well.
Who are you competing with? The SL orders of the world?
No. At this point, we are focusing on the Indian market. Initially, we were focusing on the Indian market. These export orders are all organic. We did not reach out to them. So our competition is our immediate Indian competitions, brands. So popular names can be Sugars and Maybelline. However, their price points are different. But in India, one of the popular name, which is again an international brand, is MAC in this range, in this price range.
Okay.
And Surbhi, how big is the market? Because it is a very niche market. And
so when I say it's a niche segment in terms of the category that we have, we are as a category, it's a big category because I'm serving any makeup user. Because if you are a makeup user and you want to buy my product, I'm not close to that. But in terms of the, I will say the natural market, it is somewhere around, if I look into the overall world, was something like 4.5 billion at this point, just the natural. But the overall market is for the
Have you
makeup
raised any
and
money till now? Have you raised any money till now?
no, not yet. We are a bootstrap company. Yeah.
So if I may, I'll just stretching for a bit, 20 seconds extra. So you're doing 20 lakhs till since 2020, you've done 20 lakhs, right?
Yes. 2020, to be honest, we didn't make anything. We were just barely 1 lakh because of Corona and
Active
everything was locked.
active operations आपके कब से शुरू? Active operations.
I will say 2021.
So 1 year you've done 20 lakhs worth
Yes.
sales.
Yes. Yes.
And these are through aggregators and through sites.
Yes. Yes, I will say the split from our own, that is aishbeauty.com versus the other platforms, is something like 30-70.
Okay, and with 20 lakhs, what is the profitability? What are the gross margins here?
The gross margin is around 70%, but we are not profitable, of course. We do have so many expenses. So the gross margin per product is quite good in this space. I will say that. And
So using 70%. So
Yes.
300 ka Mac, whatever pencil that you sell is for is 1,000 rupees in the market. 300 rupees to you and 1,000 rupees.
Yes. Yes.
That's great.
We did see, the interesting fact for us was that we did see that when there was a 23% of repeat purchase by our customers. We have 9 shades. Someone bought 1 and 2. They got back to us and they bought all the shades or at least 2 or 3 or more shades. And there have been so many references like that. Another important aspect I really want to highlight is that we have not spent anything on performance marketing as of yet. All of this has been done through influencer marketing on barter basis and word of mouth kind of thing.
Got it.
So not on paid ads.
Got it. Cool. I'm through.
And what is likely to be the gross margin for this international order that is confirmed?
At this point, I think, so I have an idea about the net margin that we have calculated based on it. The gross margin will be around 80% for that international, and the net margin that we are trying to go is around 50 odd, not less than that, including, because these orders are all XOW and FOB. We do not have to take pay for any shipping and anything. Yeah, and 100% prepayment terms that they will pay us in advance, then only we will go ahead and work with them.
Yeah, got it.
I'm not sure what kind of scale you're looking for, because, you know, at the price points that you mentioned in the Indian market, the market substantially shrinks, and you're competing then with the likes of a whole lot of international brands who are also offering vegan products. And so therefore, you know, my reason for buying you versus them is a little blurred to me, but munch on that later. So thank you so much, Surbhi, for your pitch. I'm going to invite Sadanand next to talk about their business, which is Gram. Sadanand.
Yes, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. With 14 plus crores of rural consumer who is making their 43% of the total spending on digital platforms, it says a lot about downfall in the sales for all the local sellers in especially in tier 3 and even smaller towns. So when someone has a lower sales, their purchase capacity automatically declines and gets affected. And that what has exactly happened with more than 100 crore, more than 1 crore sellers in India. With reduced buying capacity, their purchases are now expensive than before, and they have to stock less and lesser variety, which is again going complementary with the defeat they have faced against the dark stores backed e-commerce sales. So coming on to this, to overcome this burden of falling sales, there were many small town sellers who had gone to their own websites and apps and even tried with multiple e-commerce platforms. But actually, who knew the supply chain in particularly today's e-commerce is very blurry. So Gram happens to be a messiah for all such small town sellers, and we plan to catalog and sell more than 2,000 products in B2B arena through our pseudo dark stores with adoption of blockchain technology, which would make the supply chain and logistics simple and transparent. With providing the purchase solutions for the local sellers at cheaper than ever rates, Gram also enables local sellers. So today we have 400 plus local sellers enabled on our SaaS platform to sell their products to more than 20,000 users across 35 pin codes in Maharashtra. Well, we can also mark this as we are the only solution which contains buy, sell, and deliver for semi-urban and rural towns. And Gram explains on why actually the inclusion of both local sellers and pseudo dark stores is necessary to make any business a long run and a profitable one. We have crossed YTD of 60 lakhs since August 2021. And today our prime source of revenue is subscription for the enabling sales for the local sellers, revenue through B2B sales. We also have the service and delivery charges as our main revenue stream. Also, we also provide pickup and drop delivery services. So that's one more revenue stream. With Karuna on board, she has 7 years of experience in data science, and she handles the entire IT department, the development part, and the innovation in technology. I, Sadanand Kauna, I am using my 12 years of experience in logistics and retail to grow Gram, in particularly managing the markets, logistics, warehousing, ATL, and BTL activities. So today we are here presenting in front of you for actually expansion plans also. And yes, that's it. I mean, that's a very short pitch though, but I find it including everything that we can.
So, I mean, the competition to Amazon, technically.
Technically, competition to Amazon, to Flipkart Wholesale, Elastic Run. We have Jumbo Tail, we have One Kirana. So there is a plenty of competition on the B2B2C side and also on B2B side.
So, I mean, how
What
would
is
you
so unique about you? Sorry, Vivek. Yeah.
I'm saying, how would you compete against them? I cut Sunil sir as well. Sir, if you have any further.
No. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I mean, how
so particularly about competing against those big giants, we, as I already mentioned, we are a kind of solution which we mark ourselves as the only solution where we have the pseudo dark stores. We are including our own warehouses for supplying to the sellers on the portal. Also, we have the selling solution, that is a marketplace. Being an enabler, we are providing the local sellers a platform, and we already have.
You're a Shopify come Amazon for sellers in small towns.
So Shopify would be, you can call it as a Zomato for 14 plus categories. So we are already catering in 14 plus categories, ranging from mobile and electronics, clothing, footwear, even medicines, grocery, and food also from multiple restaurants. So that's what we have. Considering the part of competing with those giants, we are placing our warehouses in every district headquarters that we are planning to enter. Rather than when we consider Flipkart, Flipkart is having approximately 30 odd warehouses in the across country. So that is not
40 more seconds to go, Sadanand.
Yes. So considering the logistical cycle and the transportation cost that any big player is already incurring, we are directly cutting it down by placing our own warehouses, the pseudo dark stores warehouses, to supply to B2B channel. We are placing it in every district headquarters. While on the other side, when we go to the retail chain, we are actually promoting our vendors are actually promoting our B2C channel. When they are selling on our portal, so larger vendor sells on our portal, he gets more credit points, and we also provide them third-party credit line for purchasing from our B2B portal. So usually when it is an advance or cash payment, they'll be getting a credit supply chain of 7 to 15 days.
Okay. Cool. And you're saying that you're at a GMV of 60 lakhs.
Yes.
Obviously, you'll be not profitable right now, but at least what are the margins?
Margins, when considering B2C, we have a margin of 8%, and while going from B2C going to B2B, we have a gross margin of 9%. So it's really surprising when we go when we have margins in B2B more than B2C, because B2C we are actually on a platform where we are holding on the subscription amount, which is a very nominal amount, and on the B2B platform we are actually gaining up the profits out of the sale.
Yeah. So my journey with Dine Out, we had two brands. One was B2C, which is Dine Out, and one was B2B, which is Inresto. In terms
Yes.
of unit economics, B2B would always give you more money.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, would always give you more money. Great. I have no questions. I have no further questions.
Sunil, you had a question.
Why are you dealing with 14 categories of products and that too even retailers and wholesalers and consumer? It's like a very complex business model. Any specific traction where you would think that you can zero into a fewer segments to fight at this particular point in time?
Sir, again, falling down to, I mean, reducing ourselves to limited categories, we have a very categorically, we have competitors in the market. We have Bigbasket catering to groceries, we have Zomato catering to restaurants, and we have such players in the market who are particularly catering to single particular categories in the market. Moreover, when considering to our, we going out in the market, we have to obviously diversify ourselves in terms of getting more vendors on board, on getting more revenue, and also since the scenario what we see today, it's due to I mean post-COVID period, it's due to the comfort of buying anywhere, anything. Has been a battle over people going into the market and purchasing things. So when people buy online, they are not looking at the category they want to buy. They just want to buy something or the other, and when they are sitting out on their couch and they want to buy something, be it clothing, be it mobile and electronics, be it anything. So that's the convenience market winning over the traditional shopping experience. So catering to that, we are catering to, we are going out in the market with multiple categories, and that is actually giving us good traction in terms of, I mean, be it books, be it clothing, be it mobile accessories, be it grocery, be it daily needs, be it milk pouches. Everything we are selling on the portal is having traction, and people are actually getting onto it. So when we go down in the market, we are also focusing. Today, our focus is purely on tier 3 and smaller towns, that is semi-urban and rural India, which does not have any competent player who is there in the market.
So I have a question. You said you're using blockchain. I don't see any reason to use blockchain. This simple workflow for your orders and supplies and selection. So can you just elaborate why blockchain and make it more complicated?
No, sir. Actually, I'll pick up this question. I'm Karuna, and I look at the technology part of it. So blockchain is very simple in today's world, especially in tier 3 towns and smaller towns. There is a question of the reliability of the product, and if the product which will be delivered is actually worth the quality or not. So that's always there in the tier 3 towns. So we are enabling that as a backend to give transparency if the product was opened or not. So blockchain is basically only for catering the transparency when the product was opened, whether it was opened or not. So we just try to give a supply chain, transparent supply chain. That's where we have enabled the blockchain technology.
Okay, it's a separate discussion, but if something was
Yes.
opened or not, I don't think
Yeah.
blockchain will solve that problem. So
So it's
I don't want.
I'm also finding it a little surprising.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think.
basically picked up from, it's already there, a working model with Uber outside India. So Uber has enabled this with blockchain technology for transparency supply.
No,
Transparency
so
supply-
Karuna, I understand blockchain for transparency, traceability. It is good. That's why I wanted to understand from you. But if somebody has opened a package, I don't think blockchain solves that problem. But that's a
Blockchain,
discussion for
IoT.
later time.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Anjali,
much, Sadanand. And sorry, Anupam, you were saying something.
No, I said that's all from me.
Okay, thank you. So thank you,
Yeah.
Sadanand and Karuna. I think there is a case and a feedback from all the investors for you to look at simplifying your model as well as your technology. So just chew on that and see where that takes you. Thank you so much for your time. We're
Thank
now
you.
going to call upon Archana Yadav from upspace.ai. Archana, if you want, your screen share is allowed.
Yeah, okay, I'm just sharing the screen.
Sadanand, if you can remove your screen share.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So hi, I'm architect Archana Chauhan, and I have got a decade-long experience in handling turnkey interior design projects. And I'm building a SaaS product for my community, that is architects and interior designers. And so I observed this problem when I was like 16 years old, and I used to assist my dad with his site management work. And my dad was basically a daily wage construction laborer, and eventually I happened to be an architect. And so on most of the construction sites, I would notice the client fighting with the architects for, delayed delivery, financial escalations, and poor quality outcomes. Then I used to tell my father, Papa, you see, when I start practicing, my clients will not have such issues. So in 2017, when I started practicing, not only did I face similar problems, but I soon realized that this existing tools and ecosystem available for designers were highly inefficient. And this ecosystem is also hampering my growth and eating my profits. So the main reason for such an outcome was too much dependency on manual processes, and we have multiple softwares and multiple vendors, and we depend on carpenters and blue collar workers to determine our profit margins and the speed of the project and everything. So I came up with, I used to think if there was a single platform that would let me design and manage my projects, and a single platform where I could source all the decor items for my project, my life would become less messier. So I came up with a solution. Why not build a SaaS product that would let interior designers create design and furniture modules with like accurate pricing, place orders for these modular unit at the nearest factory, and instantly drag and drop various decor items of their design, and also place orders for them. So with this product, designers can focus more on designing and close deals faster rather than doing the mundane tasks. Talking about the market, this is like a huge opportunity, because typical turnkey firms do varied types of projects, and just the home interior market is like $26 billion. And so initially we will make money via subscription of our SaaS product, and later as we expand, we want to build a marketplace where people can order the materials, whatever they have built using our product. So at present, we are bootstrapping and building our MVP, and we are also looking towards government grants so that we can take this thing forward. We are not yet launched. And so we are developing this. So this is our roadmap. And we are developing our MVP that will solve the core pain point of our target customers. And we test with some prospective customers before we actually launch to the market, and we have identified them. So, and we have made a mock-up of our product. So I would like to share that as well. A minute. So,
You have only 1 more minute to go, ma'am.
Yeah. I just want to share the mock-up we have. So, yeah. Oh, 1 minute. Is it visible?
Yes.
And audible? Is it
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
No, the mock-up, there's a video.
Can't hear the video. But that's fine. You can explain. You can explain while you speak.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is how it works. I mean,
Archana, we are not able to see, understand what it's saying because there's no
Okay.
voice. So you need to do the voiceover.
Yeah. So basically in the software, you can just drag and drop all the modules, and later a designer will also be able to edit the modules in a separate window, like to fit into the client budget. And the designer will also be able to see the his profit margin clearly. At the same time, he can edit that, and then he can present his code to the client. And this is the like core pain point where we mainly struggle, because we work with various softwares. And later on we can also raise quotations and manage do the project management part. So yeah.
Archana, this is Sunil here. I just want to know I know the number of softwares the architects use. Can you tell me your software intends to replace which all softwares as of now?
Yeah, so
you have introduced that they will stop using this software.
Right. So architects will stop using AutoCAD and SketchUp, Lumion, V-Ray, and then we use Excel sheets mainly for this estimation part. And then for project management, we sometimes use Microsoft Teams or Trello, or we use then last it goes to the accounting department. They use Tally for billing. So there are around 7 to 8 softwares which will my software will replace them.
That's
Have you heard of Superbolt? Have you heard of Superbolter, Archana?
I didn't get you, sir.
Superbolter. It's a software which is in direct competition to you.
Okay.
And they do exactly, but what extra that they have, which I could sort of sense, is that they've got floor plans from builders. So they've got an integration with builders, and they directly pull the stroke, the floor plan, and then you could do exactly the same thing that you sort of explained. And they have also raised quite some money recently. You're also in competition with some in some level with LiveSpace.
Yes, exactly. But yes,
which is deeply funded. I'm not saying that there is, but I still feel that there is enough market, sort of size for you to be in it as well. It's not a crowded space to be in. There can always be like 3 players coexisting. Yeah, I mean, you're on the right path. I would say this is a very, very hot field to be in.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Archana, how do you plan to acquire customers? These are going to be a more B2C play, right?
So they are mostly B2B, sir. They are interior designers and architect firms. So initially, we'll partner with Instagram and FB group. And apart from that, we have our own council meeting. So I'm a member of Council of Architecture, and there is a IIID Interior Institute of Designers group. So we have conferences, we have meetings. So I plan to pitch my proposals in these meetings, and we will be starting from Tier 2 cities. So currently I'm in Coimbatore. We'll also be going to physically to all the offices, architects' offices, and we'll give them our presentation. Like this is how it will help you.
Have you decided the price point?
Yes, we have like initially per month subscription. We are thinking about 5,000 rupees per month per user, and then we have yes. Like the initial, the basic software will be free for lifetime. That is with some limitations, so that they can get used to it. Then we have 5,000 for free, solo designers and freelancers, and then we have 10,000 per month, like 10 users, 10 license, like that, and then 15,000 per month for big agencies.
Archana, if I may ask you, the technical know-how, the technical development team, etc., is done by you, or you have a co-founder who is looking at your technical aspects?
Actually, we are actively looking for a CTO co-founder, but we have a technical partner, and these people have like 2 decades of experience in building software, and they have already built software which got acquired by Paytm. So we are on that, but CTO, I did look for people, pitch my proposal, but it will take some time to get the right person.
This technical partner, is he a Is he a co-founder with you, or he is just a partner, or that firm is just...
He's the partner, and but this the technology we are developing, the sole IP will be owned by me only, and it is just a payment deal, and they will do all the iterations within that span of time, like that. The IP of the stuff will be owned by me, the tech.
But do you have any technical background? Will
No,
you
no,
be able to manage tomorrow if they vanish? I'm sorry, it is a hard question.
I know it's a hard question. I've been asked that over and again. Yes, I'm looking actively for a technical co-founder. I spoke to people, but yeah, it's like a 10-15 years long journey building this thing. I should have the rapport with that person. So yes, we are actively looking for the tech co-founder.
Okay.
So how much revenue have you done till now? How many customers you have?
We are actually pre-launch. We have not built the stuff.
Got it.
So when are you planning to launch the product? Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in another 7 to 8 months, hopefully, we are looking to some grants we have applied, and it's kind of stuck somewhere due to finance. So if it happens within 7 to 8 months, we can launch.
Archana, you're trying to change everything around the architect's life. Please find out as to if there are some products which are good. Partner with them and ensure that with SDKs that you can work with those people. If you are going to replace anything and everything around the architect's life, it's a humongous task. If there is something good, can you work with them and enable? And there are, if SAP is $200-300 billion company, everybody who works with SAP or Oracle and makes the adoption of SAP or Oracle easier, they excel. So if you can make a leader like AutoCAD, their product being used much better because of your software coming alongside it, your life would be, you will be easier to sell, they will promote you. So please think through even the sales side of it right now.
Yes.
Selling is difficult, and I'm an investor in a competing company, so I know how. Not a competing, but something different.
Okay.
And ma'am, don't forget the technical know-how need that will keep growing as your business expands. So you will be worried for customers as well as you will be worried for your technical people as well.
I understand that. I understand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Archana. I hope you got tons of good suggestions and feedback. So hope that will help you as you go forward and plan your pivots. So thank you. The next person, I think the last one for today, is going to be Rajat Upadhyay of AC Doctor.
Hey everyone, my name is Rajat Upadhyay. I hope my voice is audible. So,
yes, you are audible, Rajat.
Sure. So AC Doctor is a category D player that is creating an ecosystem to solve critical issues of unorganized, broken air conditioning business in India. We are a bunch of industry veterans with 23 years of combined experience of working with channel partners, OEMs, corporates, and retail consumers. So we are here solving 3 basic industry problems. First is air conditioners are the warehouse of bacteria and viruses that leads to air contamination and negative impact on respiratory systems who are consuming in the indoor space. Secondly, air conditioner is the highest electricity consuming appliance in a household, which is not only putting a dent on the consumer's pocket, but also a dent on the environment. Thirdly, currently HVAC industry is contributing to 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and it will reach up to 24% by 2050. So we as AC Doctor is revolutionizing the way AC is getting serviced and maintained in India. Firstly, air contamination from air conditioners are solved through our unique patented sterilization service that not only does the servicing of the AC, but also kills the entire microbial life from air conditioners, protecting our consumers from airborne diseases. We are delivering a far better service at a lesser price than a local technician or any marketplace in India, while making good margins and not burning the investors' money. Secondly, we are designing IoT products that will substantially reduce the energy consumption and preemptive breakdown, and also give service alerts for the ACs, which is a huge cost to our clients and also having an environmental concern here. Thirdly, we are creating India's first trusted platform for air conditioners where users can buy and sell their used ACs with a warranty of AC Doctor. Currently, this is a 100% unorganized business and users are selling ACs at a scrap value, and there is a huge potential of the second-hand AC market which is completely unserved right now. Now, how do we create a moat here? First is patented services which protect our consumers from microbial indoor contamination. Absolutely nothing in the market as of now, which is giving the service. Secondly, we have a 12-month revenue generating business model versus our competitors' 3 to 4 month revenue only, leading to our leverage on our assets being far better than our competitors, keeping our prices fairly low, yet our margins are higher. Third, we enter and acquire our customers much earlier than our competition. So with our unique acquisition strategy, and the cost of acquisition of a customer is marginal compared to our competitors. Fifth, now we driving our unique value proposition through our IoT will also be doing the root cause analysis of the problem identification in a big B2B vertical product. Second, it will also communicate to us and the users, and it will also do the preemptive breakdown notification to all stakeholders. Now, is it a scalable process? Yes. Through technology, we will drive the entire operations, customer acquisition, and IoT will help us service in the delivery service process. Now, we are not a pure and pure tech company, we are a tech-enabled company. So how does the future look like for us? So after creating a brand in traditional services like repair, service, maintenance, and installation, we will pivot to second-hand ACs and also get into IoT and accessory sales. The third phase will come in where we will get into a field called CAS. CAS is a cooling as a service process. Now it will be a fintech arm for us where B2B consumers pay only for the usage of air conditioners on a subscription base instead of owning the product. So that's how we will revolutionize the AC business here. Now,
you have only 40 more seconds, my dear friend.
Yeah. So after sales market will be a $15 billion market by 2027, with 98% being controlled by local players. And the TAM here is global. Secondly, we are generating revenue and our unit economics positive. So we are ready to scale to multiple city operations and become a pan-India solution provider. Now our gross profit is at gross margin is at 50%, and next year we are targeting a 65%. Now we are already validated by one OEM with a tie-up with Mitsubishi Electric. We have 2 retail partners, and we have already had served 2,000 plus customers during the entire 2-year period. Now both the founders have 10 years of experience in AC industry and have been entrepreneurs since last 30 years. And they have that innovative mindset to change every step process of a consumer journey. So we have currently done about 40 lakhs. By December, we'll be touching 40 lakh revenue worth of revenue, and we'll be covering 1,500 users with a gross profit at 50%. So that's all on the pitch.
And is this only for your room air conditioners, or is it also for air conditioners?
So we are B2B and a B2C player. We are covering both because we want to generate revenue for 12 months. So when
I understand B2B, but is it for air conditioning plants for large corporations also, or is it purely like air conditioners which are used in offices or homes?
We work on every AC product, BRV, VRF, centralized cassettes, and your split ACs and window ACs. So every AC product.
Sorry, you're saying that 40 lakhs of revenue that you've generated, aap kab se operations kar rahe ho?
So we have incorporated in January 2020, and 40 lakh rupees worth of revenue is from January 2022 to December 22, which will be closing now.
Okay, and you also said that you've been, are you the founder? Because you said you've got 30 years of experience.
No. So 23 years of combined experience of both the co-founders. They are not here basically. One of them is basically with us, and we have combined experience is about 23. So I have 3 years of experience in working with Urban Company in air conditioning repair space, and they have worked as an entrepreneur, and 3 years of the.
So you're not the co-founder.
I'm the founding member, so I also have equity stake in this business.
Okay, but the founders are not pitching.
So basically, they just came in because they went on a client space.
I'm not comfortable in favor of the 5-minute pitch because I feel it's a way too bigger business, and I would be always unable to pitch. So when we have a good hand, so why don't we act as a team? And he is always in a leadership position, so I always keep him ahead.
I agree. Okay, great. Okay, so sounds pretty exciting.
So, people have invented their own ways to handle this 5-minute deadline thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so 40 lakhs and how many clients per client? Give me something about how do you make money? What is the, yeah.
Okay. So first is service that we do, which is of, let's say, from 250 rupees for an B2C MC per module and 500 rupees on an individual consumer. So average of all the services, which is service, repair, installation, and gas charging that we do, we typically end up earning about 1,500 to 1,800 rupees per user. which includes B2B and B2C. But yes, the length goes up and down because sometimes we have a SKU which gets on to 5,000 or 8,000 rupees of repair versus a AMC service which could be as low as 250 rupees per service.
And the VRV units generally, I mean, I'm trying to understand the problem statement. VRV units and AC units are actually for bigger, I mean, I'm assuming the margins are there in offices and big buildings, etc. They are managed by the vendor itself, right? Mitsubishi have got their own service team, or maybe whatever, the Daikin have their own service team. Why should we go with you and not them?
Okay, so let's talk about when you only going for a maintenance. See, we are coming up with the AMC model where we say that if you have a VRV system and where you have installed more than 100 indoor ACs or 200 indoor ACs, and why you are going for if 2 ACs or 3 ACs are going under the breakdown, so why are you taking insurance for the entire 100 or 200 fleet? Rather than we will give you the 4 or 5 service as per the usage, and after this service, you only have to pay whatever maintenance is required. Let's say if you require one compressor or one blower, whatever. And apart from this, because there is no option available in the market, that's why you are going to the Daikin or their vendors. If you go as a if you go and ask to the Daikin that just give me the PCB and I will get it installed from the local vendor, they cannot tell you no. So it's always about the availability. There is no as brand in the market, and at the some scale, Daikin will be with us. The level of service and the level of network we are creating.
So currently, when we say
currently in Delhi, NCR?
No, we are operating in Indore and nearby districts. So whenever Mitsubishi gets an order, it actually directs to us because we are the service partners with it.
If you give us a platform and a resources, definitely sooner or later.
Okay, got it. Very cool. Anjali, we've not asked anyone how much are they wanting to raise. What is the valuation of the company?
Yeah. We left that out because of the 5-minute thing. We said just focus on the model. So but okay. If that's a question, please go ahead.
How much are you looking to raise? How much do you value your company at?
So the target, we are raising 7 CR, which is our seed funding at a valuation of 70 CR.
70 CR at a okay, cool.
And one more thing we might have missed here, because currently we are positioning ourselves as a clean tech startup, and because we are targeting the emission which we can green gas emission which we can control through the maintenance and the services, and also the carbon footprints, or I would say the carbon emission through service and the poor installation which is happening into the market. So maybe in a day or two we will be providing, if you require, we will be providing you that slide. We have already done our ground level study and all. So because that's our stake.
So I have a question. How many customers there are willing to pay premium for this?
No, we are not charging any premium. I am saying that whatever the freelancers are charging, we are even lesser than them, because we want to come up into the market and provide you the services in the network and tell you that it can be done in a lesser value. It's a patented service. We have a network, we have expertise, but see, because it is an unorganized market, you cannot define what is the real value or what somebody should charge. Let's say if anybody is charging 1,000 rupees, so you're assuming if you can get it 800 rupees, so it's a good deal. But what if it can be done in a 500 rupees?
So right now, all the marketplaces are charging 650 rupees, and we can do it at as low as 250 to 500 rupees.
Yeah, please.
Can you tell us something about this patented thing? What is this patented thing for in 10 seconds, if you can explain?
Okay, so it's a sterilization process, which is a chemical radio and a chemical thermo and a radio process, which will not only deep cleanse your AC, but kills the bacteria and virus.
Right now, there is no substitute or any other competitive product which can deliver or commit this level of service.
I guess it's a one of a kind in the world. And in 2019, we got an invite from the UK Accelerator program, and I've been to the UK for 3 months. So we also got a interest from the First Capital or Innovate Britain, and might be after we getting the patent, if we approach, they would be definitely interested. That we can develop the technology. And
so right now you are patent applied.
No, we've gotten the patent.
Achha, you have the patent with you.
Yes. And we already filed the patent in a such way that now when we are developing the IoT system, this will be linked to this on a further basis. Either we can file it independently as a global patent, or we can include in this, because when you get a patent grant, there are the patent updation or a renewal. Each year you have to give them the updation that are you coming up with the next version or whatever you're doing in the ground level, and then you are updating it. So that way we are coming up with the IoT. And IoT, what our take is, there is a one AC which is called a split AC. It has been designed, and its efficiency is like, for a residential where you have to install like 10 by 10 room, then 1 ton AC. But the same AC has been installing in the commercial premises, factories, your office. So the performance and the power consumption is the next level. Like, bed performance and the power consumption is next level. So we are trying to make the AC itself is an intelligent system where the AC will tell you that how many services it required, what part is going to come under the breakdown. So before it happens, we can prevent it.
Okay, got it.
Thank you so much. I think very interesting concept, very niche, but deep expertise. So all the best to you guys. I think you need to now demonstrate scale and scalability of your model. So best luck, good luck for that.
Thank you.
Before we wind up, I'd like our panelists to say one line each on. We've got a room full of founders, so I'm going to leave 1 or 2 very, very basic questions, but see which one suits you and work. One is, a lot of founders talk to us that startup funding winter, what's your advice? What should we do? Especially if we are pre-revenue, especially if I'm building a tech product, which takes longer, so longer gestation. How do I tide by this? How will investors look at me? Some word of advice on that. Sunil, we'll start with you.
See, innovation always will find money. The key element is how unique, how differentiated you are, and are you supported with the right team members? At the early on, people are passionate about driving that particular vision to conclusion. So that's the core thing, whether funding winter or not, for this $1 million or $3, $4, $5 million that are required, the initial stages of business, enough money is there. I was with one potential LP. They told me there are 255 listed VCs whom they are evaluating to invest. So you can imagine how much of venture capitalists are there in the country, alongside the numerous numbers of accelerators, incubators, angel networks, and angels. So money is there in plenty. So don't go by this particular part. You have to bother about that recession and tough times only when you reach 50 to $100 million in revenue. Until then, it is all about your uniqueness.
Thank you, Sunil. Vivek, any specific green flag or red flag, more importantly, that you think immediately ticks you off when you talk to a founder?
Red flag is definitely ego. That's one red flag for me. And the green flag is that how he puts the idea ahead of his vision, and the product before his vision. Because see, the thing is that founders usually get fixated with what they want to achieve. They sometimes get blinded with the passion, etc., and they are not able to listen to what the consumer is saying. And that is very important. So if you, my advice to everyone is that learn from us. We failed in so many product innovation that we did at Dineout. We were so fixated that this will work, and our users had a very different story to tell. Cut your losses quickly, finish that, and move on. And that's the only way to correct course. But that doesn't mean that you don't innovate or you don't risk taking steps. So you do those mistakes, commit those mistakes, and only then you will be on the right path.
Thank you.
The only thing that you are saying, Vivek, is do it fast.
Yeah, do it.
Learn fast,
fail fast. So Anupam, since you've done so much work on deep tech and product development, and a lot of people actually struggle with that. And if you even hear, we had founders who said, I have the vision, I have everything, but how do I find a CTO? How do I get somebody to partner with this? And how do I go through the whole tech build? Do you have any advice in terms of?
Very, very tough question to answer. I think the best teams I have seen is where CTO is part of the original founding team.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it is always a challenge if you are, and especially if initially you build a company outsourcing technology, and then you think you're going to do it in-sourced. it is a huge transition. So
That's exactly what we've done. What we've done. We never had a technical co-founder at Dineout. We outsourced our technology in 2012. We built our code. We throw it in the gutter. We start building again.
Yeah.
But
no, but in 2012, maybe Vivek, you're able to survive with those mistakes. I think today's world, especially the technology has become so complicated. And like Sunil said, SDKs and connect and value add to existing products, all that stuff, it is just moving too fast. So I think if you want to build a strong deep tech product, better to get a co-founder, but don't depend on the technology co-founder. Have an equally strong business person along with, because typically very deep technology guys don't understand business. They think they can do business, but they can't. So I think both things are extremely important. And I think others, Sunil and Vivek covered, but I'll emphasize one more thing on execution. I think fail fast, but if you don't execute, you don't know whether you're failing. And I think people try to do 100% right things, okay? It is not necessary. As long as you are building something, validating, testing, improving, I think it is better to go out and try it out as quickly as possible versus just keep on having vision and strategy and all that. And I think biggest thing I've seen is price discovery. What the founders may think is the value, does the customer think they are willing to pay that price? I think there is a huge gap in that. So getting some numbers on the value you think you are providing. So price discovery, I think is and that's again will come if you're executing well.
And Anupam, it can be both ways. It can be a reduced price by the ask from the customer, or it can be a higher premium also. The customer
No, but I think premium is what I think. Yeah, premium. I think Sunil mentioned. If you have a differentiated product, I think you can charge a premium. And I fully agree with Sunil. Money is not an issue. In IAN, there have been 4 deals. All of them have been oversubscribed. So I don't think there is any funding winter. I think there is basically has to be a good team, a good differentiated idea, and demonstration of some execution. I think that's important.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, all three of you, Vivek, Sunil, and Anupam. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. Time was short, we rushed through it, but I still think that we managed to give some good feedback and hear some good pitches. And I hope the founders have got enough and more value from out of this conversation in the last hour and a half. So thanks to you. Also, thanks to the audience for joining us today. I'm sure you have taken away a lot from this discussion. Some insights, some to-dos, some don't do's as well, which have been shared here. So even if you've not got a chance to pitch, I'm sure you've got some thoughts that you can munch on. Let me remind you now, before we switch off, that the applications for the New Delhi cohort are now open. So if you're an aspiring startup at concept stage or early stages of build, wondering how to take the idea forward and convert that into a robust business model, please log into fi.co, register yourself. We'll be happy to speak to you on a one-on-one basis, or else please reach out to me or Mr. Gupta here or on LinkedIn, and we are happy to chat. Thank you once again, everybody, for your time, and have a great evening ahead.
Yeah, Anjali, one small point, Anjali. We will announce the winner of the pre-seed winner in the next few days. We will communicate it individually to the winner.
And we can also announce it on LinkedIn, where we've been doing most of the promotion, and we'll obviously reach out to you in person. But thanks for all the effort.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Anupam. Thank you, Sunil. It was a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you, all founders. Thank you, Anjali.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Okay.